Hey guys, it's Tyler. Um, I haven't done one of these in a very long time, but I figured that with the winter heating up, I wanted to give a little bit of my insight, especially with some new software that's came out about, well, some of the weather that's going on. So let's just get right into it. Nationally, like we can see, we don't have that much going on. We have a big low pressure here, sitting like right here by Chicago. Um, got some moisture wrapping from the back end here from the Gulf, but in the meantime, this is pushing north to this really cold air, like super cold over here. I apologize, my screen is over here, so I'm kind of looking back and forth. We have another low pressure coming off the coast of California here, and it's starting to trickle in. And of course, we have some crazy Arctic air just pushing its way down south. As soon as this low pressure moves off, we have this up high pressure coming in. Just for for all intents and purposes, uh, yeah, let's uh, let's zoom in into to this storm right here. Um, it's a pretty healthy system. Let's take a look at, yeah, definitely pushing into some really cold air. Chicago, we have completely turned over already. It's a full rain event, but areas like Milwaukee's mixing right now on the border of mixing. Places like Green Bay is full snow, um, and honestly, pretty much all of Michigan except for um, the far east. So Detroit ish. Detroit's mixing a little bit. And we have a little bit of back end snow happening along this inner Pennsylvania and far west New York, going on to Buffalo over here. This system is impressive too. 984, and I think this is going to strengthen even more as it goes up north here. Let's take a look here. At least from the European model. Yeah, it's supposed to go down to the 979, I think. Yeah, 979. And there's going to be a lot of back end snow that happens as this Arctic air pushes down. So places like Chicago, this entire quarter here, like Chicago, Milwaukee, this area, it's probably already, I would guess, 8 to 10 inches on the ground already, and definitely more can happen here. I'm gonna show accumulating snowfall results. As for everything on the backside here, if you're not in Inner Pennsylvania, this is completely a rain event. Like, look at these temperatures. Reading, it's like 50 degrees here. So, like, yeah, Reading 50, Binghamton 44, like Albany is even 43 degrees. Like, it's just not happening. It's not snowing. Um, so as far as new snow accumulations over the for this storm, we're just going to be considering the next 24 hours here. Yeah, actually next 3 days here, it'll cover more. Places like Milwaukee, I think you can see close to a foot of snow, or yeah, a little more than a foot. Chicago, we expect another 5 inches or so. Inner Pennsylvania is generally probably like 1 to 3 inches in here, and you can have isolated pockets of like close to 6 inches. Um, yeah, so that's for this system. This system is extremely impressive, and it's definitely dropped a lot of snow. I mean, we've had blizzard conditions here on the west side, but what I really want to talk about here is the next system that's going to be happening probably around Tuesday, Wednesday, uh, has a chance for East Coast to get some snow. Of course, and not forget, um, this system is going to be coming off the California here. It's actually sitting right here, right? We have this area, this low area right here. It's feeding some moisture into Oregon and California. It's bringing a lot of snow, and places like Tahoe. I think you're gonna get a good, what is this? Like, yeah, a foot of snow throughout your Sierras. But let's check out the system here. I'm gonna check out uh, rain and thunder here. Yeah, system sitting here. It's feeding some moisture in over here. And this is actually Saturday morning. And we can see what's going to happen is as this system progresses, it's going to split a little bit. But as the recipe for basically cross-country storms is, you're going to have a system that starts up here. You're going to need an injection of cold air. That's usually going to come from the Midwest here and comes probably in this form trough here. You see frigid here. Like, we're talking about real Arctic air. I mean, Omaha sitting at -13. Chicago's 3 degrees. Kansas City -2. You're basically single digits or less than 0 here in the middle. So it is very cold for this time of the year. But you're going to have a bunch of dry air and this huge, you're going to have some sort of big Arctic air injection here. Then we have this low system over here. This Arctic air, this trough is going to push this low system such that it comes down south. This part is pretty important when it comes to creating these kinds of systems, because the fact is, in order for these systems to strengthen in the first place, we really need interaction with water. And more specifically, if you can have the warmer the water, the more likely the storm is to strengthen. So we have a bunch of warm water here, or a decently warm water, going to pick up from the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to provide it with its moisture to continue up the East Coast. Now let me show you something. Sunday, continue. Monday here, and we have this trough forming here. The low is actually like right here, right? It's weakened considerably because it's hit this really high, this ridge of just frigid air. I mean, look at these temperatures. Like we're talking like below 0 in the middle of the United States here. Yeah, absolutely frigid air. But then by Tuesday, we can see that we have a low pressure system forming, and it's taking some of this warm water down here, and it's going to ride up the coast with it. It's strengthening, but we still have this line of storms that's going to be forming from this low pressure. It's pretty weak. So depending on how strong, if you have a strong low pressure system here, what's going to end up happening is we're going to have winds come in from the Arctic air that pushes cold air and smashes it into the warmer. That's how you get nor'easters, actually. It also needs to be strong enough such that the moisture wraps around the low pressure and into the coast. Here, however, above 1,000 millibars is pretty weak system. So we're still going to have snow here, actually, in the mid-Atlantic region, because the system is so weak that the high pressure that's sitting right here with all the Arctic air, not going to budge. It's not going to budge. So we're going to get a light snow event, but since it's so weak, I don't expect it to be snowing that much. Like here, it's going to snow for a short burst, Tuesday midday maybe, and then go off. GFS has a system form slightly closer to the coast here. So in the GFS system, we would expect more snow here. And it strengthens actually as you get up to Baltimore here. That's the other difference. Like here is 992 off the coast of Halifax, or Nova Scotia. So definitely it could be a moderate snow event for places like Maine here, but I don't expect much. And like if you check the new snow accumulation map, it's the same thing. I'm expecting really a 1 to 3 inch region here. This is GFS even. GFS is stronger than European. European is gonna have barely anything. Like maybe a broad region of like 1 to 3, like through this region here. And then as you get up into the inner like White Mountains, Green Mountains, and then Maine, it'll be slightly more significant snowfall event. So that's it for this East Coast event. It's pretty much all I want to cover today. I'll structure these videos a little more in the future, but for now, weather events. We still have a huge low pressure system happening right over Chicago right now. Um, yeah, right over Chicago. Then we're gonna have, following this low pressure system, we're gonna have an Arctic air injection that's gonna come in here, and then this low pressure is gonna march its way from the Pacific Northwest down to the Gulf of Mexico, and then right up the East Coast. It's gonna be weak though, so don't expect too much snow. That's it for me. If you guys enjoyed this video, thanks.